7 dozen left with the people that are online. All right, Bobby, we've never done a heat gun before.
No, this is new.
And you know, heat guns you can use on a variety of different things. Yeah. You know, we've never offered one. I've used them to take paint off things. I borrowed one because I never owned a heat gun before. A lot of our crafters use heat guns all the time. Yep. Right? Maybe you shrink wrap, or you're shrink wrapping something. You have a business, right? And you need to shrink wrap. You need it. This one is very, very unique. It's a brilliant, brilliant solution because it's a heat gun that you don't have to plug in. So we've got a cordless, you know, freedom to be able to do any kind of a project that we need to.
Hands-free, whether you're doing crafting or in the workshop or whatever it is. Listen, if you're not familiar with the heat gun, guess what? You all already own one at home, right? This is your hairdresser. That's what I used to do this great hair this morning, right? This is a heat gun. So what's stronger than this, but you don't necessarily need to go all the way to have to be tied into a cord? Well, the answer is our Sunjoe 24-volt lithium-ion powered heat gun. This is that perfect in-between, and you just hit the button on the side, and look at this. What's great about it is, you're gonna see it heat up. What's great about it is, you notice it's hands-free. Yeah. Another example of how I don't have to sit there and hold it.
Well, that heated up quick, Bobby.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, it's that red glowing inside, yeah.
Yeah, so this is gonna heat up to 570 degrees in 7 seconds. So I'm not sure which one I should start with. Let's go with this. So have you ever had a cord, like your cell phone cord, that just kind of gets tattered, you know what I mean? Can you see that there close in the hand? See how the wire's showing or whatever? So what you can do is you can just fix wiring with one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Get it going.
There you go.
There we go. And this is the reflector nozzle. So I'm gonna just put it in there so that reflector is bouncing the heat back and forth all over. So it's, you know, this is not super speedy. I mean, this is, you know, it's gonna take a few seconds. Yeah. What it's gonna do is gonna melt that down so that that starts to wrap around that cord. I can bring it a little bit closer. Yep. This is a little bit thicker piece than I would use.
There it goes.
You see it?
Yeah, starting to curl.
Starting to curl up.
Yep.
So again, you're not trying to rush a project like this. Just take your time with it. But what's neat is now you've just taken something that maybe you would have had to throw away. Now you've extended the life of it. You've saved it because you've got that wrap. You basically shrink wrapped it around it. There you go. I can keep going, but you get it.
Right, we want to remind you, you do get the tools to go along with it, the scraping tools, all those things. For me, I mean, the #1 use for me is literally taking paint and scraping paint off, you know, melting away paint or wallpaper, things like that that you need to get rid of. If you need to shrink wrap anything, but that's really the #1 use for it. On sale from $69 down to $54.95. And remember, you can utilize the batteries that we're offering separately with all the tools that we're showing you right here. But you've got a whole bunch of different stuff. Let's do some shrink wrap.
Yeah, some shrink wrapping. Again, you just kind of turn it around. You can use the nozzles on the shrink wrapping. You don't have to. You just kind of go around it. I'll move that bow out of the way. But you get it. You can kind of see that stuff. I'll just move it slowly. See how it's kind of starting to suction? I should add my bow on top of it.
You just hold it in place.
You just hold it in place. See how it's getting tight and shrink wrapping it? Maybe you've got toys that you're selling online or something like that, like this guy right here. I just put it on it. So look at that one, guy. That's a good one. I don't know if you're on that one. Yeah. See how it's shrink wrapping around it?
You know, we offer, in our crafters, occasionally we do a heat gun there. This is a great price, considering. And also, I wanted to say, you know what else a lot of people have, and what's nice about not having a cord? You can keep this in your car. Did you ever have your car locks freeze up on you, or your door lock freeze up on you?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's fantastic for taking the ice off of, you know, an area. If in the wintertime, if you get something that's frozen, you can do that as well. You can defrost stuff with it. I mean, honestly, it's a really, really handy tool to have. But 99% of the ones that you see are all plug-in. And it's like to be able to be free, to be able to go and do something, especially, let's say you're taking the paint off an old chair outside. You got an old painted chair. Right. And you're outside, you're gonna bring it in, you're gonna try to haul it over to where the plug is, or you're just gonna take it out there and do it. You can do it when you have that free hand. All right, I wanna talk one more second about the batteries. We are offering the batteries separately. So if you wanna pick it up, the batteries are $49.95. If you get a brand new HSN credit card, you can get $50 put in your account, and that'll pay for the batteries. Kind of a different style show that we did today, rather than include a battery with every product, thusly raising the price by $50 for each product. We decided, hey, here's the battery. If you've got a Sunjoe item, you already have a 24-volt battery, so you're good. But if you don't, you can always buy the battery to go along with it. Doesn't make a lot of sense to have 5 products with 5 batteries when you can use the same battery on every product, and that's what Bobby's doing.
Did you see that?
Now I want to see what you're doing over
I just took the whole, was that wallpaper? That was some wallpaper over there. So basically, I just took that whole piece off. It's on the ground.
What about labels? Like on, you know, because I recycle candles.
Yeah.
So but I want to take the label off. So you can do that. It'll take like adhesive off.
Yep.
That's
Like this one right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Kind of turn it like that so the camera can see it.
Yeah. Now you probably could use one of your little scraping tools with it.
Exactly.
And by the way, there's a concentrator. This is probably what we really need on there is the concentrator.
Then you can start. Look at that. Look at that. See that sticker? Look at that.
Go.
Where is the camera on me? See, like that. Now I can get that right off.
Comes right off.
It was super sticky before, but now with the heat gun, I was able to get it off.
Now I just put this little concentrator nozzle on.
Yep.
So if you're going over here and you're trying to do things like maybe you've got some tape stuck on something, you put that nozzle on there and just let that heat do the work. So now that 500 degrees is basically getting in there, and you can see there it goes.
Yeah.
See how it's starting to just scrape that away?
Well, you're gonna get 1,100 BTUs, guy, and this has a maximum heat temperature of over 1,000 degrees. So now you're able to get up under it because you're using that. That's called our flat nozzle. You get 3 nozzles. The flat one that Guy's using, the reflector one that's right next to it here, and then this concentrated one.
Yeah, I mean, this thing, it's brilliant. Boom. And I don't know what you're paying for a regular heat gun that you have to plug in. I mean, you could spend $99 on one of those things. Today, you're gonna get it for $54, and remember, you have the battery already from Sunjoe, 24 volt. I mean, so many different, this is definitely one of those things that's just cool to have.
It's super cool, whether you're Mr. or Miss Crafty or it's in and around the house.
I bet Jimmy's got a heat gun.
Oh, Jimmy's got one.
Jimmy's our guy.
How about arts and...
That's all our demos up. He just said I got 3 heat guns, right?
Look at this guy. This is a cool demonstration that Nico set up for me.
What are you, melting wax?
It's crayons. So if you're arts and crafts, I put all these different crayons in here. Nico helped me out with this. Now you can melt it. I'm melting it down right now, live on TV. You can see the heat gun is providing the power. I don't have to keep going over. I can do all these, but you can see right here, I'll turn it off, the finished project. So look at this. My kids love these. They're little fish crayons that I was able to create and make from, this is an example of an arts and crafts. Maybe you've got PVC in the house. You want to bend some PVC. How do you do that and still allow it to have air pass through or water pass through? Use a heat gun. Now you can get those curvatures in it because you used a heat gun. Maybe you're, again, arts and crafts.
You could burnish, right?
Yeah.
Do a little burnishing.
Is that what that's called?
Burnishing,
yes. Look at this is the before and this is the after. So you want to give it a little detail, a little, you know, just artistic, creative talent in there. Just use your heat gun in and around the area, and that is what the before and the after looks like. Maybe you're doing a keychain. Again, any type of wood that you want to stain or make a little bit lighter or darker, you can, again, use your heat gun. Great for gifts. Great for wrapping, Great for removing labels. Great for removing stickers. Again, we give you all the nozzles. This one right here is the concentrator nozzle. So if you need a lot of heat in a corner or a specific area, it looks like a little birthday cake, doesn't it? Or a chocolate fountain. Yeah. That's the concentrator nozzle. This is the flat nozzle right here next to it. And then I'll try and keep still and bring in the other one. This is the reflector nozzle.
You get them all.
That's what I used on that first wire job that I showed you with that particular demo. But again, battery operated. You're gonna get a good 10 minutes of runtime on this. All the nozzles included. Love it for even for cars. You can remove a dent. You could use this to tint windows if you wanted to do that.
I'd get one just for labels, because like I said, I recycle a lot of stuff. Well, even on gifts, you know, you wanna get labels off and you're like, I don't wanna tear it, I don't want. Great for that as well. And remember, it does share the same battery that we're offering with all the products that we showed today. Yeah, come on over, Bobby. So here's the Sunjoe battery. This battery fits all these